minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes. Cinematographer, you good?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
John?
Okay. All right, so this is going to be my icebreaker speech, and I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. My name is Esteban Moscoso. So it's a very interesting name, maybe. My dad is from South America, from Ecuador. My mom is from Sweden. So I've lived in several countries. I was born in Ecuador, South America, in the capital city of Quito, which is about 9,000 feet above sea level. And it's great for soccer reasons because we have defeated the Brazilian national team in the last 10 years in all official games in Ecuador. So that's pretty good about altitude. Then, when I was about 7, 8 years old, we moved with my family to Spain, Madrid, and I finished my second grade studies. For those of you who speak Spanish, you might know how Spaniards talk. They have a very different accent than South Americans. And the other day I was watching some videos when I was a little guy, and I couldn't believe that was me. It was a totally different accent, pretty funny. Then we moved back to Ecuador again, to a different city called Cuenca. And Cuenca is the city that I call home, probably because I did the most important years of a person when you're growing up, high school and middle school, and most of my very close friends, I met them there. And during that time, I played special 2 sports. One was soccer. I mean, seriously, if you want to have friends, then in South America, you have to play soccer. There's no other way around. And I actually enjoyed it as well. And then I played tennis, which is my favorite sport. And I played tennis quite a lot. I actually represented my state, and I represented the country. I was ranked top 10 several times, and I got to travel around the Americas. I was pretty much everywhere in South America: Chile, Argentina, Ecuador, Peru. I mean, you name it, the U.S. And it was a very interesting aspect. I learned a lot of things, not only about tennis, but about traveling and meeting with people, training. I train a lot. I used to train about 50 minutes before going to classes. That was about 5:30, 6 a.m. And then I used to play for about 3 or 4 hours after high school. So it was pretty intense, but I enjoyed it. That was what I liked the most. Then after graduating from high school, I traveled to Sweden. I wanted to learn more about my heritage and learn more about the language. So I spent a year there, and it was very, very nice. I practiced my language, met a lot of interesting people, and I also thought about what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to study something that had to do with engineering or with economics, and then I found that industrial engineering kind of mixed them both together. So I was trying to see if I wanted to study in Sweden or go back to Ecuador. I analyzed opportunities in the States, and I finally went back to Ecuador and started the university there. I studied there for a year and a half, and then, well, I started to apply to different universities and finally came to the #1 IE school in the world. And I'm very proud of being here. I think I've met very interesting people, learning a lot. And my plans for the future are, after graduation, probably work 2 or 3 years. I'd rather work here in the States, even though it's quite hard with the economy, or in Europe, and then get an MBA. That's about it. Get an MBA.